I have been forced to create this content against my will because I am a product of capitalism. And that title sort of confused people recently, so let's by all means dwell on this for a second. That's the name of this show. I don't necessarily want to be making these videos, but YouTube changed its monetization policies, so you have to keep uploading to a channel if you want to get the money from work you did 10 years ago. So that's why we're here. I'm making these videos. I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. I believe they're 720p. It's not a problem for me. And I'm not even really editing them. So that's what we're doing. It's content for the sake of content, so that I can get a check every quarter for not much money, but still it works out to about minimum wage doing these videos, so that's why we're doing them. And you know, I thought it was a bit weird when we had reactions and comments of people not understanding the intro, because I feel like if I'm watching a video and I don't get the intro, oh, maybe that's the name of the show, is something I would think. Or maybe I would go watch the first video in that series, and maybe that would explain it. Again, maybe I'm thinking too much about the average viewer here. Yeah, whatever. Let's get on with it, you know? Today I want to talk about Piqued Interest. This is a YouTube channel that I have been involved with for a few years, on and off, here and there. I met Lee, the guy behind Piqued Interest, through my friends at Valverde Broadcasting. I'm, as you know, very friendly with Duncan and Richard at Valverde. And Lee was looking for someone to compose music for his videos when I think the channel sort of took off 4 or 5 years ago, I think. So Richard recommended me as a music person, and I think I've scored 3 or 4 videos for Piqued Interest, maybe. The first one was the drug addicted surgeon who butchered his patients, from 3 years ago. Was that the first one? Yeah, 3 years ago then. Whatever. Time is a construct. Don't worry about it. I like doing these videos. I like the amount of effort and research that goes into... let's skip past the sponsorships. I like the amount of effort and research that Lee puts into these videos. I think that's really cool. And I like the tone of the videos as well. I think he does a great job. So that's how I got involved with Piqued Interest. He was looking for... I think his channel had taken off and he wanted to increase the production value somewhat, and having a bespoke score for his videos is part of that, and that makes a lot of sense. So I think we can keep skipping forward, can't we? So I was really excited to get involved. I scored a few of his videos, and he did always say I was welcome to upload the scores, and I never got around to doing that. And one of the reasons I'm doing this video, one of the 2 reasons, we'll get into the other one soon, is because I have finally got around to uploading some of the scores. So the score for the Anatoly Bugorski, that score is I think as of now available on Deezer, Spotify, Apple, wherever. You can use it in your TikToks, everybody, if you want. Yeah, so that's online, and I'll be doing doing some other scores as well, getting them online. That was quite a short one, so it was easy to do. And the reason I did that was because recently, hey, it's me. Last year, towards the end of last year, I started talking to Lee about doing social video edits for Piqued Interest to promote the show, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, things like this. And he got me to do a handful of videos. What's ended up happening actually is that I have taken over Lee's Instagram and Piqued Interest channels. They are at Piqued Interest Show on TikTok and Instagram, and there is also a specific, nearly said a specific, that would have been ridiculous. There is a specific Shorts channel for Piqued Interest. It's Piqued Interest Shorts on YouTube. and I am in control, so I will be uploading there. And if we have a conversation on there, I'm the one you're talking to. Yeah, and it's really exciting. I obviously do social media management and as part of my job in digital marketing, so another string to my bow and another account in my phone is no big deal. Yeah, so it's been exciting to get those set up and actually start to get some interest generated that way, and hopefully divert some people towards the Peaked Interest channel. So I thought, actually, yeah, while this has all been on my mind, let's do a I have been forced video about this as well. Although I do somewhat feel like I've said everything I need to say at this point. I can talk a little bit about the music, the scoring. Yeah, let's do that. So normally what happens is Lee would send me a breakdown of what the story is, what he's particularly looking at, and some ideas about how we might be able to represent that tonally or with instruments, and maybe some other cinematic scores that he kind of thinks would work for this kind of thing. I think quite often he uses temp music, quite a lot of John Carpenter stuff. So we'll say, I've been using this track. If we can have something that tonally matches that, that would be really helpful. And then I'll go away, and with my synthesizers and Cubase, I will make something. And it's usually quite synthetic, kind of, yeah, very sort of John Carpenter vibey, not a million miles away from what I ended up doing for Type to Your Bleed soundtrack. And if it's something like the Anatoly Bugorski video, the I can't remember if he was Russian or Soviet, but the guy that managed to shoot himself in the face with a photon beam, that stuff was ideally Soviet inspired. So I think there's the synthesizers are sort of kind of degraded and vibey to sort of meet that aesthetic, but I also listen to a bit of kind of Soviet bloc folk music to kind of understand melodies and rhythms and that kind of thing. So that sort of influence came in for the Particle Accelerator video. Yeah, so it's going to be quite cool to upload some short form content based on what Lee's been doing here, and to be able to use my own music in the background of those videos as well is a bonus. I really do feel like that's everything I want to say about Peaked Interest. I like this channel a lot. I'm really excited to see what Lee gets up to next, and be involved in any way that Lee will have me involved. No, I should have not said the last word involved there, and that would have been a complete sentence. I'm very sleepy.